I'm David Rikk. I'm a sound engineer mainly working in the live scene as mixing live shows. I'm head of sound at Akvárium Klub Budapest. Basically I'm working with live sound, so this project with the Sennheiser AMBEO was kind of new for me as it's mainly a studio thing. I think for me it was interesting to hear that there's an option for people to have the experience of musicians sitting around like in a rehearsal room via, you know, YouTube or the internet, whatever, on a picture. Well, the whole concept of inviting 4 different bands from different genres was to have a full view on how you can use the VR mic in different situations music-wise. So the easiest way for this was to pick up bands from all different genres, and not just the type of music, but how they play live, how they do their recordings. So we had a classical music group who are playing from sheet. Not really a lot of options to improvise, but classical music is not about improvising. Then we had 2 acoustic projects, which is all about the vibe, the flow, just have fun and play your music. And then the 4th band was, let's say, a rock or pop rock band. In case of the pop rock band, who records everything separately, usually. In this case, we used a lot of spot mics to have the richness and the selectiveness, and we use it a lot in the mix. So in that case, the listener have more like a studio recording feeling. And the other 3 cases, they have more like the feeling that they just sit inside the rehearsing band and listen what's happening. Since you have almost a full mix from the VR mic and you want to add spot microphones in extra, the challenging thing about the whole VR mixing is while using extra microphones to make the source richer, frequency-wise, whatever, you still have to maintain how the human hearing works. So the most challenging thing in mixing 3D is adding extra channels. In the first project I had 20 extra channels apart from the VR mic. So adding 20 extra channels to the mix and still maintain the fullness of the VR mic and keeping in mind that how human hearing works, I think that's the most challenging thing. If you want to reach something like a normal studio recording as sound-wise, you can make it with adding extra spot mics, but you still have the experience of 3D audio because of the whole mixing process. But if you want to capture something really intimate, really atmospheric, you can just use the VR mic, put it down, make sure that your sitting order is matching with what you want to hear in the final mix, and then you're good to go. Experiencing how it is really, it's something really unique. It's like introducing the stereo in the times of 60s or 70s when they had only mono recordings. So it's a pretty big step in the soundscape.